the masses.
Mayegun don come,
Mayegun diary political.
Mayegun don come,
This one not dey off in mind.
Mayegun don come,
Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman pikin, they the street, they hawk. Still them talk, say, make we no talk. But thank God, say, Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh.
Mayegun don come,
My people make you shout.
Mayegun don come,
Mayegun the command of the masses.
Mayegun don come,
Mayegun diary political.
Mayegun don come,
This man not dey off in mind.
Mayegun don come,
Aha. Now him una don hear o. All these bad politicians, them we call themselves politicians. When they thief our money, we no want make the common man get wetin he suppose get for this country. Una never hear something. Now go hear one. Mayegun, you go show una paper. Mayegun diary political.
Hello there. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun live.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayegun máa wí.
Fún ilé ìbí wa, kàgbéga, kàgbéga, kàgbéga fáyé rí. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ní pé, má sì bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́. Ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká dọ́là. Ìṣọ̀kan t'òmìnira, ní kẹ́jẹ́ ká máa lépa. Tẹ̀síwájú fọ́pọ̀ ire, àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà nìyé, bọ́ sí ipò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ̀. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo adúláwọ̀.
Lórí Facebook.
Thank you. Let me know if this picture is clearer enough for you. Also, let me know if the audio is also perfect for you before we fully get into this. And don't forget, share the broadcast, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. Just tell them that.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà jù. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn rà jù. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Àní ẹ̀sùn rà jù. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò. Àní ẹ̀sùn rà jù. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Àní ẹ̀sùn rà jù.
All good.
Ìlú ẹ̀sùn rà jù. Àní ẹ̀sùn rà jù. Mayegun ti dé.
Thank you, and good evening to everyone once again from the Temple of Truth, Mayegun's Diary Political. But just before we get fully into it, there are some kind of statement of facts that I would love to start this chat with. And it borders on when I was, sort of reflecting on the level of desperation that I have seen in Tifnumbu, APC, Egbekegbe. They seems to be coming from out of this world, unprovoked desperation. And that's why I want to say this statement of facts. And you can disagree with me on them anyway. But to me, they are facts. Tifnumbu is from Yoruba land. He is running to be president of Nigeria. And be as it may, in Yoruba land, naturally, Yorubas, or put it this way, some Yorubas are going to support him. Number one, for different reasons, but most importantly, because he's a Yoruba man. You should have that and keep that in your pocket. There will always be, and there are millions of Yorubas who support him because he's a Yoruba man. That's a fact. Another fact is that in that same Yoruba land, there are also other millions of Yorubas who will never support him. They don't, and they will never. They have never, and they will never. They are also Yorubas. That is also a fact. So wherever you found yourself today, don't let some riffraffs, some street urchins, some Facebook cretins, some social media bandits, social media Facebook beggars, do not let them define your Yoruba-ness because of the ambition of Tifnumbu. Remember this fact, Tifnumbu is a Yoruba man. Whether he is good or he is bad, whatever you describe him as, there are Yorubas that support him, and they will support him simply because he's a Yoruba man. And you can't fault them. But one thing you must also remember is that in that same Yoruba land, there are millions that are wishing they can do away with him and his gang of Agbero, political scavengers, political opportunists, those who have been using Yoruba name to what? To feather their own family nest, while the Yoruba land and the Yoruba people are falling further and further into poverty, while the public infrastructures in Yoruba land are falling into dereliction, right? They are declaring profits. They are declaring successes by the public fund they have managed to accrue to themselves. They are Yorubas. From 1999, Yorubas have been the local government chairman or chairperson, councillors, lawmakers at the state level, lawmakers at the national level, the governors and those who work with them, commissioners and those who are their contractors too. They have been majorly Yorubas. But you know, those who have, who Tifnumbu have to parade today, the number of people he has made, made the public figures, and how much money, and how he turned their lives, how he picked them from refrigerator repairer to becoming the commissioner of one of the, biggest ministry in the richest state in Nigeria. From there to becoming the governor of a whole state for 8 years. So he has a number of them like that. He can parade, because when you look at them, you can see the changes in their lives. But when you look at the people they led, when you look at the places they controlled or controlling, then you can tell the difference apart. They are better off. The people, the land they are leading, continue to depreciate and the rest. So there are millions of Yorubas that are always waiting that something should happen so that you can do away with these cankerworms. You can do away with these opportunists, because they are Yorubas too. Do you understand that? Just have that at the back of your mind. So I was asking myself, why are they so desperate? You decided to go and pick first. You denied your Yoruba-ness and declared your one Nigeria-ness. Therefore, as Yoruba land continue to bleed economically, and even our people bleeding physically, they continue to make sure that they bury those news so that they don't make it out there, in order for those news not to tarnish their opportunity of leading Nigeria one day, which is selfish. Simply put, right? If Yoruba's interests are ever put forward, these guys are never going to be in favor or in good terms with the people they are telling you are doing well and continue to endure it until you die. They would never be in good time with them. If Tifnumbu and all the Yoruba governors, Yoruba senators who have been helping Bokwari to pass some of those draconic laws, what do they call them? Draconic, whatever. All those terrible laws. Yeah. And the same way, shielding Bokwari from real investigation, even when they try to do any, because they are APC. Egbe, Yoruba land and the Yoruba borders were shut down for years, ruined all of the business activities around those areas and communities, jobs losses, and poverty escalated. Guess what? They buried it because they want to be president. So if you don't think, if you are a non-Yoruba man or woman, okay, and you somehow feel like, Tifnumbu has some level of control in Yoruba land or over Yoruba people, you are wrong. The thing is that majority are just waiting for, for the time to take care of him. And the time that we take care of him and people like him in the past, that time is actually coming close. So yeah, you have a lot of them who actually support because he's a Yoruba man. They can tell you a lot of things, a lot of faboos, but you think they are talking about another place other than the places that many of you have actually been to yourselves. Talking about development now, yeah? But there are also Yorubas who can't wait to get rid of these rogues because they are rogues who never represent anyone. The desperation is what I'm questioning. Why are they so desperate? Just in August, give me a sec. If your audio is having issue, let me know, okay? In fact, let me take a check, a quick one. So if you have any audio issue on your own device, kindly let me know. From here, everything seems perfect, okay? I believe. Draconia. So it's Draconia. That's not Draconia. I'm talking about the Draconia laws, okay? So why the desperation, right? They decided that after the failure of Bokwari, which they can't really move away from, okay, they are trying to now, throw the mega shitty, the mega slum, as if to say, many of you watching me right now, you are not living in that Lagos. Sometimes when they begin to tell you Tifnumbu this, Tifnumbu that, in your inner mind, in that your own face me, I face you, where I can go on and on. The terrible places that many of you are actually enduring and living in that same shit hole, in that same mega shitty, right? Sometimes when they begin to tell you Tifnumbu this, Tifnumbu that, I don't know how your conscience, for those of you who actually live there, how your conscience actually works. Like, are they talking about this Lagos or which one? Or you just feel like, hey, he's a Yoruba man, you know what I mean? But there are Yorubas who don't also want them, because in the last 7 years, when this Tifnumbu and gang decided to use Yoruba name and use one single trick that they have been using all the time, Yorubas will be better when Nigeria is restructured. I know so many of you today who have become the product of that poverty that these guys have now legalized in Nigeria. I'm talking about some of you who are like from this Indomie generation. You may not know. You may not know this, okay? Now, the likes of Tifnumbu and gang in 2015, they told Yorubas the only way the Yoruba land and the Yoruba people will attain the, their own destined height in life is to get a restructured Nigeria. Now, that's what they said in 2015. 2 years, 2 years after that, Bukwari was asking, what is restructuring? What is restructuring? Because the Fulani elite and their Hausa colleagues and those who are the owners of Nigeria, they've restructured Nigeria the way they wanted it by partitioning the country according to the way they wanted, separating brothers from brothers, sisters from sisters, and they call them state creation. That is their own restructuring of Nigeria. And then the control over the resources of the entire country, which they shared among themselves, not even for the generality of the country. So the likes of Tifnumbu and gang, APC, Egbekegbe, they told Yoruba leaders, Yoruba elders, and the Yoruba people in 2015, what you needed to attain the greatest height as a people is what? Is to vote for APC. Egbekegbe, Nigeria will be restructured. State police will be created. This long story short, now they are called All Promises Cancelled. The same Tifnumbu, the Baba Olule, they are brought in Bokwari. They can't use Bokwari's achievements to campaign for Tifnumbu. They have to start using that Lagos, that your slum. Hey, what about yourself? I'm not proud. I'm talking to the entire Yoruba land. This Omuales, who you call the political representatives in Yoruba land, for 22 years, after trillions of naira passed through their hands, the entire Yoruba land. Look at the entire Yoruba land. Chibi, you they live there. No be there you they live. Water in no day. Road in no day. Hospital in no day. What do you call it? Schools you no get. Real job you no get. But look at the criminals. They are all living the best life the best time of their lives. So there is nowhere, everywhere in a slum. Some places be like places where we say they just finish the civil war. Like you are when you land there. If you go to states like Ogun State, if you go to Ekiti, if you go to Ondo, if you go to Oyo, if you go to some part of a Yoruba land like that, you will think they just came out of a civil war. Did they just fight war here? Why is everything so like this? Do you understand what I'm saying? That is the 23 years of Yorubas, leading Yorubas in Nigeria's democracy. So if I look at them and I tell you that they are all the same, because they brought failure after failure, and that is why they need validation after validation, reassurance after reassurance, that they are going to get their plate of porridge, the certificate of your slavery renewed. And they need that reassurance, money and all that. They have created enough numbers of people, right? Enough number of people in that poverty basket. So they will never lack numbers of people that are always going to renew the slave certificate. But at the same time, maybe with the right information, some of you can begin to review the consequences of your choices and actions. So why are they looking for validation? Because they need something to reassure them. In August, okay, let's rewind a bit. In March 2021, last year, Baba Reuben Fashoranti, that is Pa Reuben Fashoranti, the leader of Afenifere, he resigned, he retired. The old man was 97 years old then. The old man is 98 years old now. Do you get that now, right? So when he retired, he handed over to Pa Ayo Adebanjo. That is why you have been hearing more from Pa Ayo Adebanjo all this while. Okay? So, Pa Fashoranti is no longer the leader of Afenifere for over a year now. So in August this year, Pa Ayo Adebanjo's led Afenifere now came out and said they were endorsing Peter Obi for president. That didn't go down well with Tifnumbu and co. Yeah? So you know what they did? They quickly, as usual, fire Ayo Adebanjo Afenifere. And in fact, you won't believe it. It was the Tifnumbu and co that reminded me, I don't know about you, during that time they were firing Adebanjo. it was then they said, who is Afenifere? Afenifere call, Afenifere Bini. Who is interested? Who is Afenifere? What political value do they have in Yoruba land? I told you yesterday, they were right. That they don't really have any real political value. Sure, you get. Majority of them are former minister, former appointee, political appointee, former civil servant, former this or that in Nigeria. And somehow, now their own retirement package be Afenifere if you actually have to say something in the long run, okay? But they are relevant in the sense that when they say something, there are a lot of people that kind of listen to them as well. I'm not trying to make you feel less anyway. But Tifnumbu and gang were like, to hell with them. Who are they? Who even know them? These old people who don't like Tifnumbu because they don't like Tifnumbu. That is why they decided to abandon their own man. Then they reminded us, they said, how many of you remember that in 2015, Afenifere endorsed Jonathan? Jonathan lost. In 2019, Afenifere endorsed Atifku. Atifku lost. So, Afenifere has endorsed Obi. So you know what the result will be. And everybody clap. Yeah, it's true. Afenifere is meaningless. But that was just the facade, just for the show. Behind the curtains, they were greeting. They were crying. Which kind of thing be this? This is Yoruba land. We're all supposed to come together. How can we do this to ourselves? They decided to go and wake Baba Fasoranti, the old man, 98 years old man. Because somehow, the journey that has taken most of them 40, 50 years, you won't believe it, this Yoruba journey since Awolowo days. So they still have all those who are still alive, like Olufalaye. Olufalaye is 84 years old. So he's also an old man next to Fasoranti. So they called all those they know that will listen and come around. And they told them that Tinubu wants prayers from them. He wants Yorubas to come together. He wants to show them his agenda. Okay? And Baba Fasoranti, being an elder man, that they should honor and come. We'll go give you transport money. So then pay transport money, give everybody money. So they come pray for Tinubu. So everybody dressed up to come and pray for him. Okay? They didn't come there to endorse him. I didn't say that too. Now, Papa Shoronti said that now. You know what happened? Talking about the desperation. Why the desperation? Na APC day power. Tifnumbu is a Yoruba man. Normal. He should have waited and know that no be all the Yorubas are going to be with APC. Okay? In Yoruba land, despite Tifnumbu choosing Muslim ticket, there will be more Christians, more Muslims that are who are Yorubas, that are going to support him, not because of Christian or Muslim or anything, but because it's a Yoruba. And there's nothing you can tell them. Even if you put Tifnumbu inside the wheelbarrow and you attach a drip, blood transfusion, and they put mask on his face trying to revive him, there are I can't give you a figure, but there are Yorubas that will do, because to them, that is their own way of satisfying their conscience as well as the alale Yorubas. Do you understand that now? That is by supporting the betrayers of Yoruba land, by continuing to project them as the Yoruba leaders, even as Yoruba land continue to go backward and backward under the watch of these criminals in Nigeria. 23 years. Check the numbers of the poverty figure. Check the numbers of the jobless people in Nigeria. Check the numbers of, check all these things. And then you realize that, no, they are going to do it for him is a Yoruba man. Do you get that now? Because according to them, they have to pay the betrayers, the Omuali of Yorubas, because they are those who are in charge of the authority that Nigeria has to share with Yoruba people. Unfortunately, it doesn't serve anybody in Yoruba land. I keep telling you this, but some of you will find this out later. It doesn't matter what it is now, right? So Tifnumbu and co, they know that this is Yoruba land. You don't need to make any too much impression. You don't need possibly even, like if you spend money elsewhere, if you, as a Yoruba man, you don't need too much to prove. But I am a Yoruba man. They have a lot to prove. Forget what they are telling you in the bigger picture. And they have done so much damages. Yeah? And as it be, their own, the shadow of what they have done is what is actually intimidating and threatening them. And every day, until if they manage to get it to. So because they have everything, why are you so desperate? You are the one in power. You control the military. You possibly control the INEC, control the judiciary, control everything. And you also control the central bank where they are printing money free of charge. Why do you need anything to prove to anyone by hiring fake bishops? Fake bishop to prove what? You have everything going for you. Why do you have to hire fake writers to write that you are going to be the president of Nigeria when nobody can actually trace all of that? Why? When you have everything already in place. As it is, to let you understand what I'm trying to tell you, that they don't need all this desperation, right? But they are desperate because the shadow of their failure is not leaving them, and they are so scared of losing it all, like the gamble, or let me say like the gambler that has been on a roll. They now stake everything in only for them to lose it. So there's so much at stake. That is why they will play tribal, religious, ethnic, and every other thing they can play to make sure that Tifnumbu win. But the desperation part is what I don't understand so well. Or maybe I'm actually reading them wrong. They said, no, we did not. You know, the first person that first said that they have endorsed him. Afenifere has no relevance according to Tinubu. But why do you have to go and pay almost 600 million naira for prayers that your people will then turn around and change it to endorsement? Are you so desperate for endorsement? From what we have been told, the Yoruba Obas, the Yoruba political Obas, the prayer mantis Obas, àwọn ọba Jésù, àwọn Alhaji ọba that are supposed to be the Igbakeji Orisha, Aláṣẹ Igbakeji Orisha, the custodian of the tradition and culture of the Yoruba people, that are now showing their hypocrisy in Redeemed Church. One of them even remove his ceremonial ade, remove it and put it on the floor. Sure, you are with me. They said the conference of Yoruba Oba, they are going to endorse Tifnumbu. The conference of Yoruba Afa and Imam, they are going to endorse him. The conference of Yoruba Onisheshe, Agba Lawos, Baba Lawos, Mama Lawos, Brother Lawos, Auntie Lawos, Baby Lawos, Uncle Lawos, and the rest of them, they are also regrouping. And listen, no, this is not a joke. A lot of groups have to come out to prove so that they need that validation. Very soon now, from what I have been told, the new SUV cars for the Yoruba first class Obas with 50 million naira is already in place. They have two options. She made them call the Obas together to endorse Tinubu and they will collect that gift. Or they will be giving them the gift when Tinubu visits them. All of these are also part of the validation to say, Tinubu, Omo Yoruba ni e, Asiwaju for Yoruba. You know what I mean? But why? Why the desperation? Whatever they manage to offer, whatever they have offered Werewike, Umahi, Oples Uzodingba, and so many other people from other parts of southern Nigeria, the arrangement from what we have been told, Tinubu is just waiting to be sworn in as your president. Now only the obedient, they give them this kind of scare. Meanwhile, they concluded that you are not a threat. I'm saying this to you because of what they have said. Oh, now your shock are the wait for. No, you shock all of us. Shock APC, shock PDP, shock Mayegun, shock all of us. May all of us come dey, about this thing shock me, oh. They say shock you, say shock me, oh. But as it be, from what we have been told, even if fire won't call Nigeria, if everybody won't burn, everywhere burn, may Olokpa carry anybody. Tinubu is just waiting to be sworn in. And this is the strategy. Don't quote, don't take it to the bank. Oh. I'm saying what they are banking on. They are going to win all the Yoruba states. Lagos State have 7 million voters. So the threat they said they are having is that out of 7 million people that registered to vote in Lagos, 2.8 million of them are Igbos and then other nationalities in Lagos. So if those 2.8 million decided to drop a vote, that may shorten whatever Tinubu is waiting for in Lagos. But nevertheless, he is expected, he is open, is going to win all the Yoruba states to start with, Southwest, as they are planning. You see all those northern states, they said that out of 19, they already have 18 in the basket. Now only Otom, they act stubborn, but they will still deal with Otom. I'm telling you what they said they are banking on new. Now let's go to the east. They are not interested in the 5 states in eastern Nigeria. They are only interested in 2. And the 2 are already there, Ebonyi and Imo. In the Niger Delta region and the rest, they are not looking for the entire state there. They are only looking for what? They are only looking for 2. Now, you see the rest, they're just looking for 25%. Even if one winner, just 25% here and there. So if they manage to seize 2-2 here, Omo, Tinubu is going to be your next president. Then I said, if that is so perfect as planned, as everything is, how come it is costing them this much to achieve? How come they have to spend so much to convince a lot? Now, listen, to some of you, no be only Tinubu go spend the money because there's so much at stake. Okay? And when we say so much at stake, we have characters of people who were supposed to defend Yoruba land at any given opportunity, at every given space. But rather than them do that, they have done everything to sabotage the Yoruba people, the Yoruba land in the project Nigeria, even though they wanted to be praised, right, for doing that to all of us. Okay? But whatever it is, a lot of them, right, are investing so much in this because, like they say, the moment they grab the federal, there is the loot, or let me say, the spoil of the war, they will share them. And majority of them are waiting for so much reward that from every part of Yoruba land that they have represented and they have milked, right? They have so much to reinvest back because there's going to be a huge return when Asiwaju become the president. If Bokwari could make a recharge card seller and the Ogufe Mesuya, to make them billionaires in 7 years, one guy is selling recharge card in Daura, is the personal secretary to Bokwari now, is a billionaire. Another one where they say Rakumi Suya for Kano. That one is the essay on Twitter and Facebook Wahala to Bokwari. Are you with me? So many people you are watching right now, they are like pushing and look. They are not doing them because they wanted to bring any real development or any real change to your life or to Yoruba land. But it's going to bring a huge return. So in this case, money deal. Everywhere you turn right now, them carry amo. Are you with me? When they change Nigeria money by December and January 31st of 2023, are you with me? Now them go first get the bullion van of the new notes. So if they say people are stockpiling money to share to you, to share to all of you for election, right? What they are suspecting is that the one they are keeping does not correspond to the amount missing. Therefore, change the money. But when it's time for them to start releasing the money again, they will collect they will be the first to get the bullion van. But why are they so desperate is the question. So they paid people in Akure They made so much noise about it. They forgot that they told us that Afenifere is nothing, only for them to come back to say the Afenifere endorsed Tifnumbu, and they made a big show of it. They even made him sing Yoruba national anthem. Omo, not in a way we know official. Where that one again? Where call you the singer Yoruba national anthem? How they come? So that is exactly what Tifnumbu paid for. I want all of you old men to come around, okay? Baba, I want to meet Baba Fashoroti. I want to come and show you my agenda. I want to be president. Baba Debanjo doesn't like me. He doesn't like me. I don't know why. But Baba Fashoroti know me very well. I have helped, I used to chat with his daughter before they killed her. I used to check on Baba all the time. So I just don't want to come to Akure and then, without making it like something more presentable as Yoruba people. Okay, can you do that for me so that they can pray for me? All right. So they went, everybody decided to come as they received their own alert. When they got to Akure, it was a big show. Sure, you get a big one. And people gave speeches and all that. Even Oyo State deputy governor came and said, wherever you, Baba, wherever you go, whatever you do is what we do. Okay, fine. So for the pictures, for the whole world, they achieved exactly what they wanted to achieve. You see what I'm doing right now, eh? To the Tifnumbu, Lagos, Abobaku, and the rest of them supporters, right? Now story. And I agree, now story. But the only good thing about the story is that sometimes our people need to know why you have become so desperate in the land that you were born, in the land that you have represented, in the land that you have had an opportunity to represent them, in the land that people believe that, that people should ordinarily not struggle at all, right, to embrace you. But in that same land, you have millions of Yorubas that you suddenly want to call them Omoales. The Yorubas who have been doing their own personal, their own personal contribution in their own small and big way in developing Yoruba land, while the Yoruba politicians are stealing and looting what should have been used in developing the Yoruba land and standing up to fight for the right things that belongs to Yoruba people in the last 23 years, right? So these, these Yorubas who have contributed immensely. I belong to one of them, in a way. And when we see characters like Tifnumbu, when we see characters like Benga Gbewiri Daniel, when we see characters like Ibekunle Omoamoshi, when we see characters and so on and like that, you know them. When we see characters like that, we see missed opportunities in Yoruba land. We see missed chances. We see missed brotherhood. We see missed collective development. Nothing of such exists. It is just when politics come like this that they want to play that card of this brother or that brother. You are my brother. We are the same. We are not the same thing when it comes to what we want for the generality of the people, in a way. So the likes of Tifnumbu and co, who then got to Ondo, they got the picture, but they lied to the old man, especially Baba Fasoranti, because you know what happened? Immediately after that whole charade, yeah, even the man will be say Fulani terrorists kidnapped twice. They burnt his farm. They destroyed his own crop. Olufalaye was there telling him that they are waiting for his trophy and all of that stuff, Abi. But the whole thing, the whole script, last, like the bishop, fake birthplace, fake parents, fake education, qualification, fake employment history, fake source of wealth, fake rating, fake what other fake? Fake bishop, fake what? Fake promises. What fake again? Now fake endorsement. Why are they desperate? Do they really need all this endorsement? Does he need them? So they went out and they said, somebody who came out, his name is Adeyeye, Prince Dayo Adeyeye. Okay, is the man in charge of listen to this. How much they have been trying to drag Yoruba. Fake Father Abraham, you see? How many fake? Tell me all those fake. Fake this, fake that, fake, everything around them. Fake. Abi? Right. The way they have been trying to tag Yoruba and drag you because you are Yoruba to emotionally blackmail you into forgetting the characters that surround Tifnumbu and the character Tifnumbu himself is. As much as they are doing all of that. So to make you feel like it is your duty and responsibility to reward these criminals, these betrayers, because you are Yoruba. So they said they are doing something called Southwest Agenda for Ashiwaju, Swagger. Remember that was when they started. Swagger, and all that. Remember? They didn't want to say Yoruba Agenda. Yoruba Agenda. Some of you are complaining. Shebi you think say Bokuwari na ethnic bigot, be tribal bigot. Wait for Tifnumbu and Shitty Man. So that didn't fly so well. So they repackage it and they now call it Renewed Hope. Are you with me? It's called Renewed Hope now. Okay. So this Dayo Adeyeye, senator, is the one in charge of the entire swagger. Since swagger no fly, na Dayo can't cast them. Senator Dayo. You went for prayer in Akure. You came back to Lagos and you said you have been endorsed. Your state governor endorsed us. This one, Yoruba land has endorsed us. Afenifere endorsed us. You forgot that Afenifere that endorsed people in 2015, the person lost. They endorsed somebody in 2019, the person lost. Now, you needed that their validation so desperately that you pay so much money only for you to get just 6 hours endorsement before everything busts. It's not me, oh. It's not me, oh. Now the old man. You can't lie against old man. All of you. Oh yeah, all of you, wait there here now. A quick one before we continue. Last night, some of you saw the people in Ondo, those they paid, those who are APC members, and the way they make a big show of it, and the old men they gathered, and what they said, and what you said. Now we realize that them played them. Baba Yoadebanjo said he warned Baba Fashoranti to be careful of Tifnumbu and his antics, that he may be demented. But he still have all these tricks up his sleeves. He's not stupid. He said, Baba Fashoranti, you are 98. You are so old. Tifnumbu is an old crook. Be careful of him. He will use you to achieve anything he wants to achieve. That's exactly what happened yesterday. So all of you wait there now. Make you just open, make you open your hand like this. And if you are a Muslim, you say Astaghfirullah, 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 Astaghfirullah. You do 10. Astaghfirullah. You do 11 and you rub your face like that. If you are a Christian, and you are one of those who have abused those baba as well, now that you know that they are tricked, I think you should begin to just say, Misa, Misa Tani, Misa, Misa Tani, Misa, Misa Tani 21. I don't know what that means, but anything where you feel do to say, God forgive me, but it doesn't really matter anyway, because somehow they were paid. They agreed. They say he paid us. He came here, he said he's coming here and he brought blood of Jesus. No, forgiveness. I'm not saying you should. Blood of Jesus is when you see Tifnumbu and they say, do you like this? And you say, God forbid bad thing. God forbid bad thing. You get that, eh? And then they say, take him now. You say, blood of Jesus. Well, this one, I may God forgive you if you are like those. All this Baba, 98 years old man. Waiting Bokwari, they do us. Una see they alive, you they see him. You know they pity us. You know, feel for us. You won't come bring Kolu. You know that. Those of you who felt like that. Those Babas were tricked by the demented, what do you call it, Tifnumbu. Ma take a personal or Benny. Ma take a personal. A medical condition, long with dementia. Sure you get. So anybody will get dementia. You know if you talk say na toothache get. Are you with me? What you anything if I go blind tomorrow, you go just say that my yegun that blind what you know that my yegun no I know that guy will go blind where he's blind. Oh that guy, yeah I remember him. You will still talk it even though you may be mocking me, but I'm not mocking him. He's demented. Now another old man, another 96 years old man. Baba Debanjo is like 96. Baba Fashion is like 98. Nítorí Ọlọ́run centenarians. Centenarians, I be waiting they call those numbers. They are so lucky. See that age. 96, 98. Tifnubu still carry them. He still carry the oldest of them. He carry a handicap. So Baba mamu nǹkan wá fún yín. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, mo fẹ́ kẹ́ bá mi pè àwọn àgbàlagbà àdúgbò yẹn. Ẹ kàn sọ fún wọn pé mo máa wá kí wọn, kẹ́ ṣàdúrà fún mi o. Mo fẹ́ jẹ president. Torí pé èmi ló kàn. Ṣé get. Tí má ti wá kẹ́ ṣe prayer fún mi, wọ́n fún yín ni. Òbí yín máa gbó dáadáa. Ṣé gbọ́. And those old men, as they are old people, come, I will pray for you. If Nubu enter there in media guys, then change them. So Jack Badra friend, need them, I will pray for you. Ori atubo gbo. Gbogbo scam e ton ran ya last you. Kolon je kemi e lo. Àwa náà ta de wa nbi dere ngba táwọn ba mama deal pẹ̀lú en kawa oni sin bi o. So anything. Baba to see that old man where they touching on head there. Anything tí orí ẹ yìí bá touch. Kó má kàn mí o. I separate myself in the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit to awatin law. That's what I see in this picture. All those old men, when they touch their head, I say, Ori mi jo, majaki, because my head, oh, God forbid bad thing, oh. My head, oh, God forbid bad thing, oh. And the rest of that, oh, you are on your own, oh. And so they you can't come out, you can't tell people, say, they've endorsed Tifnumbu. That is when this guy, what will be the guy name again? Shola Lawal. Shola Lawal was like, hey, you no pay for endorsement too. Senator Adeyeye, mekuna no mix things up, please. You said your team wanted to see Baba, and we made the arrangement for Baba to see you. Now that one you pay for. More know the cost unnecessary trouble. Endorsement is more expensive than how much you gave us. So that's what I see there. Because that Shola Lawal came out and said, no, we didn't endorse anybody. Now, Pa Ayo Adebanjo, na in own group is in charge of endorsing and rejecting and all that. And we don't know how much then they charge. This one, a prayer, you can't collect. After we saw your video where you said, Yoruba Lokon, we said, okay, we'll go pray for you.
Tí o bá sí àwa èmi tí ń dúró wájú yìí tí ń lérí ogun tí ní òkè Buhari nìṣó ká máa bá lọ. Kò lè di president. Ó ṣe kìíní olùlẹ̀, ó ṣe kejì olùlẹ̀, ó ṣe kẹta olùlẹ̀. Ó tiẹ̀ sunkún lórí tẹlifíṣàn pé láyé òun ò tún rán mọ́. Mo dẹ̀ lọ bá ń gàdú náà wà rán ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀kún kọ́ lélẹ̀. Àdúró tiẹ̀ wà á dẹ̀ wọlé. Nǹkan kan ní pé o ò ní fọ̀rọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá ṣeré. Ó dẹ̀ gbà. Àtijọ́ tó yẹ ti débẹ̀, mi ò gba mínísítà, mi ò gba contract, mi ì tọrọ ọbẹ̀, mi ì tọrọ gàrí, mi ì tọrọ fúra lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, mi ì dẹ̀ yàwó ń bẹ̀. Ó wá ní lọ́tẹ̀ yìí o, Yorùbá ló kàn. Tá a bá dẹ̀ sa Yorùbá náà, èmi ló kàn. Eléyìí tí mo protect àwọn ọmọ tí mo gbé dání tó, èmi náà fẹ́ ṣe present. Mi ò fẹ́ kán pa mí mọ́tàn.
Èmi náà fẹ́ ṣe president. And they quickly said, Tinubu o. Ọkọ rẹ̀ mi ń wèrè pé o. Tó bá ti jẹ́ bó ṣe wẹ̀ rèé, tó bá ti wọn ẹlẹ́dàá rẹ̀, kó rí ẹ kó bá ẹ ṣe o, kọ́lọ́hún jẹ́ kẹ́mi ẹ kó lo scam yìí last o. Ìwọ ló lóhùn ẹ o. Tó kọ́lọ́hún jẹ́ kó ń wọ ẹlẹ́dàá ẹ o. Tó bá ti wá kan ẹlẹ́dàá ẹ, when it touch your ẹlẹ́dàá finally, I wash my hand, yo. That baba on the right. It's like, I wash my hand. Ẹlẹ́dàá mi, you are a witness, yo. That one beside him is like, Ẹlẹ́dàá mi, you are also a witness, yo. Kì í má forí kó anything tó bá come out of this, so. That's it. Business deal done and sealed. How can you then go out and say we endorse you? Anyway, don't worry. I'm trying to just tell you that, see, you don't need to lose your mind, okay? When it comes to these guys. Most of what I try to do on Mayegun's Diary Political is for you to see how ordinary they are and how much they rely so much on how much they rely on your own gullibility to continue to give them the lifeline back. But behind the scene, they know what to do. Everybody go get paid. You go collect this or that. You know, all of you will just be radio. You know, some of you say, Mayegun, you don't start radio eleje. Radio battery, radio to low battery. Na Tinubu Wahala go kill you. Now you be out there. You know why? Now you dey wait. Make you take Tifnumbu. Shame me. Okay? Every word we are talk for here, in reality, make I no lie you. Na money. Just me sitting down here. If I sit down here for another 4 hours, it can give me times 4 times 5, even times 10 of your Nigeria minimum wage for just 2 hours, 3 hours. If I sit down here and I start just talking like, how do you feel? How are you? So you see, my words are not cheap. But look at you. Since the day you don't come social media, you won't take Bokwari shame Mayegun. Okay. Bokwari became president. His failure can't become your shame. Instead of you to have a pride and say, yes, I supported Buhari. I am happy for Nigeria today. Now fight, you they fight. Any small thing, everybody be your enemy. Now people, they chase you. People, this one after you. People are after you. Instead of say, if your wish actually came to pass, today you supposed to use Buhari, the Bugama Yegun. Now today you know fist use Buhari Bugama Yegun. Everything don't propoye, igboro te propoye. Now you are now praying to God so that you can use Kolu to buga Mayegun. Since you don't they do harm, as your life they depreciate, as things around you they depreciate, you blind, you know they see me, you know they see Mayegun. At least you can see. And I don't have to be the vuvuzela, ass licker, beggar of anybody for anything. Just Mayegun, me, just Mayegun. The only thing that would then make it look like, it's not, is when I don't talk. You see, if I on my camera like this, for 2 hours, my brother, I wish you have same opportunity in Nigeria, something that actually could encourage and help and allow you build on your own without relying on your false prayers that you are tagging on the criminals whose prayer is that you will never wise. You will never be wise in your life, because the day you wise up, now from that day, their resources will begin to deplete because you won't praise them anymore. So you see the difference. My ego radio eleje. Get now you suppose they question yourself more, since I don't defend APC. I don't lean. Everything every day I fight for APC, but outside Facebook, outside social media, now real struggle be my life. This country is hard for real. Let us be honest, everything is terrible. That's the life you live every day. And me, Mayegun, I am the one who come here every now and then to just remind you that if you continue to make those choices, that same choice and the same one, and there is no village people after you. There is nobody after your life. There is nobody stealing. You don't even have any destiny to be stolen. You don't get any anymore. Your destiny, your future, everything have been mortgaged by these criminals, these living devils, living evil, living shaitani. They are the living shaitani, living devil that you are praying against every night, every Sunday. Do you understand? So if you continue to make the same choice, you will continue to get the same results, and then you come back to me and say, my ego said it. She no be my papa's second wife. Destroy my life. Now Nigeria destroy my life. Man, no be my grandma. It's not my grandma that is after our family. It is Nigeria that has been after our family. Now I understand. There is no village people doing me. Even village people, they collect their own share from the evil of these guys. You just don't pay attention because they have done so well to use that poverty that they have weaponized, to weaken yourself, morale, self-esteem, and every other thing that could make you question why have you been so lazy to question these guys until they have been before now, to the point that they have been doing the same thing again and again and again to you. Am I saying too much? I'm still talking about your desperation. Whatever I say here, no be him go reduce the number of your rigged votes, the people you will buy, and the rest of those. But after that, you go back to square one. Anyway, talking about cutting deals for the way they can win their election, where the Wike is doing a good job when it comes to the people destroying their people. It said, waiting go happen to PDP at Tifku. If anybody see a Tifku for America, then they look for him. I cannot lie you. As it be so, it can't be like, while many of us are waiting for a Tifku speech in America, meeting businessmen, security, and the rest of them, talking about how he's going to fix Nigeria. I don't see any video. It's been almost 4 or 5 days now. Now only one lady, where they take them here and there. Let me see if I still have that picture. This is like day 5. No, I don't have the picture anymore. I wish I still have the picture. I would have shown that, right? But this is like a day 5. We have not heard from Atifku and the people he's meeting until we just saw Dino. We become pastor, on the prophecy in America, Maryland. I'm waiting the SOP now. Then I realized that now we're a wiki, they cause more of the problems back at home, and it's made a better deal with your Jagabandits, the Jaga addicts, Ashiwaju àwọn agbèrò, Ashiwaju àwọn what do you call it? I want weary. So as it be so, the defeat of Fatifku, as it be, probably they will conclude it before December. In their book, because according to Dino, when they don't get anything to tell us where the Atifku they tell Americans, Dino prophesy from America. Just a bit one before I go to Wiki.
In the presence of God, there is the fullness of joy. And when you get to a place where God situates, you feel and notice it immediately. And I want to tell you, brethren, that God is here. I felt His presence stepping in here, and you can tell. Not every church have a NAFDAC number. But I want to say this presence here, there's a spiritual NAFDAC number. The Bible says, I've built my church, and the gate of hell shall not prevail. As I step here today, I prophesy in the name of Jesus that I see expansion. Amen. I see expansion. Amen. The grace of God upon this church and every member will continue to grow from strength to strength and from power to power. And for the men of God, there can only be increase in the anointing. And by the grace of God, you will pastor multitudes. And this church will grow in the name of Jesus. We came in some very few days ago, and when my friend and classmates.
It is smoky Igbo.